Let's see what they have to say.
Now that George Lucas cashed out and Disney turned the franchise into FIFA with lightsabers, open wide as they chuck another hunk of content down the rainbow pit of Disney Plus. But this was actually pretty tasty. Obi Wan Kenobi. You had to watch Han Solo turn into a broke, divorced dad. You had to watch Luke Skywalker become a gross recluse. Now, it's Obi Wan Kenobi's turn to go down bad. And this legend from the prequels and original trilogy and Clone Wars becomes a sad fishmonger who everyone roasts like Anakin on beach day.
You seem kind of old and beat up.
The years have made you weak.
And the next 9 years are gonna suck even more. Prepare for a show
He's
that
pretty
reminds
spot
you how
on.
great the prequels were when they're cut down to a 3-minute recap montage. And cheer as the best part of those films returns.
Obi-Wan!
Hello, Dex.
Follow along on the celibate religious man's new mission. Stare at a 10-year-old boy all day. But when a special little princess gets moved to another castle, Obi will have to save a Skywalker for the upteenth time, even though he's forgotten his super speed.
They've never done it again.
Forgotten how twins
Never.
work.
How old are you?
And forgotten how to hide, like, at all. Hey, you gonna change your last name, buddy? Maybe dye your hair? I don't know. Stop wearing Jedi robes? That's not an improvement. You look like Vincent Adult Man.
Hello, other grown-up.
Thrill at the latest installment of Star Wars Babies, Leia Edition.
Leia Edition.
Vivian Blair shines as a young princess with more sass than Carrie Fisher if she were actually born into royalty.
If anyone asks, you're my daughter.
Granddaughter, maybe.
And once this lone wolf and cub link up, you're in for yet another round of Grumpy Warrior gets a cute, sassy kid to safety.
Yep.
But hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hello there again, you're it.
Oh my god.
Meet a galaxy's worth of supporting characters, some of whom don't even live on Tatooine. Like a guy who puts the mid and midichlorians.
So judgmental.
An Imperial officer who's not like those other Imperials. She feels bad about it.
I
Yeah.
joined up when the Empire stood for something. I made some mistakes.
And evil, twisted villains like modern Star Wars fandom.
I knew they were gonna go at it.
Messages. You're no Star Wars fan in my mind.
Riva, a youngling who never finished her grooming, but graduated with honors from the quiet again School of Villainy.
Tell me where the Jedi is!
What makes you think you won't see it coming?
Send out the probes. Do it.
Nobody's coming.
You can't run, Obi-Wan!
And he slaughtered them.
And of course, Darth Vader.
I haven't seen
who's
that
now
Honest
really
trailer
a
yet.
mix of man and machine. Hayden Christensen kills it in a dual role as both the guy in the Big D suit and as Anakin in his 7th senior year at Jedi Academy. He'll give us fresh insight into Vader's
7th
loss of
senior year.
humanity and show us what really turned Annie to the dark side.
Your need to prove yourself is your undoing. Until you overcome it, a Padawan you will still be.
So, to prove himself worthy of being a Jedi, Anakin had to try his hardest to stop trying so hard to prove himself worthy of being a Jedi? Okay, this scene makes sense now.
He said, okay.
So enjoy
Now
the
I
weird
get
new
it.
middle ground of Star Wars that looks bad for a movie, but good for a TV show.
This is true.
Too short for a series, but too long for a film. Incredible lightsaber duels, but rinky-dink sets.
Just walk
And a story
around.
constrained by the trilogies that take place before and after,
Yep.
but drops enough breadcrumbs to launch a Rogue Squadron's worth of future Star Wars content.
Yeah.
Just getting started.
I knew
had
it.
a brother. I think I've just found out what they're hiding down here.
Okay, none of those Jedi are actually dead. Disney just Jurassic Parked them until it's their turn for a show. Starring Gentle Ben, Problem Child.
Okay.
That's what I love about these younglings, man. I get older, they stay the same age. Neon Genesis Revangelion. I don't
Okay.
like sand snakes.
Is that an
Coarse
anime?
and rough and irritating. He doesn't even go here. Hashtag justice for Hat. We only sell moisture here. Where are the Jedi? Round back? Whoops. Hold my Beirut. What I gotta give it to a Reva. Female non-Jedi. Nice cue. And the one lesson Disney can't afford to learn.
It's the past. Move on. Be done with it.
They can't.
Her.
They just can't do it. They gotta do all Skywalker stuff.
So Reva's plan was to work her way up to Grand Inquisitor, then just try to stab Darth Vader in the back? Probably gonna see that one coming.
Yeah.
It's literally the only way Sith get promoted. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry?
Oh my god.
In another life, I would have loved doing laundry and taxes with you.
What is that from?
This time, it's gonna take more than killing me to kill me.
Okay, I remember that. Alright, so I will say it seemed like they liked the show overall. It's like middle ground for Star Wars TV. Mandalorian still is kind of that upper echelon as far as the first season and second season, especially those last few episodes of the second season and the finale. But this show, it had its ups and downs. We'll talk about it a little bit more after the pitch meeting. Let's watch that now, and then we can talk about a little more of the show.
So, you have some Star Wars milk for me? What, like the blue milk? No, like another way to milk the franchise we bought for billions of dollars.
Star Wars milk?
Right, yes sir, I do. Amazing. So what did you have in mind? I was thinking we'd do an Obi Wan Kenobi show for Disney Plus. Oh, that's a very recognizable name. It sure is, sir. So this would take place 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, and Obi-Wan is living on Tatooine and looking at a little boy through some binoculars. Watching people through binoculars is tight. Generally not, no sir, but this is a 10-year-old Luke Skywalker. He's from the Star Wars Holiday Special. Amongst other things, yeah. So Obi-Wan is keeping
Why is that
an
the
eye
first
on
thing he
him,
goes
you know,
to?
in case anything happens. Oh, right. And you know, in the past 10 years, Obi-Wan hasn't been doing any training or Force stuff, so he's pretty weak now. So how is he intending to protect Luke if anything happened? Oh, unclear. But so then on Alderaan, a 10-year-old Princess Leia gets kidnapped. Oh, she's from Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Yeah, other things too, though. And she almost gets away because these bad guys are like clumsily whacking their
that was
faces
so
on
annoying.
tree branches and stuff, falling over. Oh wait, is this a cartoon? Occasionally it is, sir, yeah. Well, okay then. So then her adoptive father, Bail Organa, goes to see Obi-Wan like, what's up, dude? You gotta save her. Isn't he a pretty powerful dude? Wouldn't he have a bunch of aides and guards and security people and stuff? Yeah, but Obi-Wan's the protagonist, so he asks for his help. Right, and it turns out this Inquisitor Reva planned the whole thing because she wants to get Obi-Wan. What do you mean? Well, see, she found a connection between the two of them in the archives. So she's like, oh, if I take Bail Organa's daughter, he's definitely gonna go to this guy he hasn't spoken to in like a decade for help. Oh, a very big leap. And why does she want Obi-Wan?
Very
She
big
wants
leap.
to impress Anakin Skywalker. He's from The Mandalorian. No, I got that one wrong. Yeah, no, he's from practically everything else, and he's Darth Vader now. And if she brings him Obi-Wan, he might make her Grand Inquisitor. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Wow. So Reva actually ends up stabbing the current Grand Inquisitor because he wanted to take credit for capturing Obi-Wan, who then escapes with Leia. Reva has Force powers. She does, and we're going to find out later that she was actually a Jedi youngling who survived Order 66 when Anakin tried to kill her. And so she works for him now? Yeah, she became a ruthless hunter who kills Jedis because she wants to get back at the guy who killed Jedis. I guess that makes sense. And eventually Obi-Wan and Leia get stopped by these stormtroopers who have this face scanner thing, and after it scans his face, he shoots them all. If he was gonna shoot all of them, why wait until his face was scanned into their system? I don't know. So now he's gotta escape, but there's a freaking laser fence. Those are hard to get around. They are, except for this one, which is very easy to walk around. Oh, well, good. Yeah, so they panic for a second trying to get through, but then Obi-Wan realizes he can shoot the control panel and get through. Why didn't he just walk around? Well, this is much more exciting, sir. I guess so. Anyway, then they're immediately about to be captured again, but this lady Tala saves them. Oh, she does? Yeah, she works for the Empire, but doesn't like it, so she decides to help them escape through this secret tunnel she has going. Okay, but then frickin' Darth Vader shows up, so Obi-Wan decides to stall for time so Leia and Tala can escape. But Obi-Wan doesn't really have Force powers anymore. Exactly, so Darth Vader just kicks his butt and starts a fire and drags him through it. Oh no, it's gonna be hard to get out of that situation. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, once Darth Vader puts the fire out, Tala's gonna show up and help Obi-Wan escape escape by starting a fire. How does that help? Well, Darth Vader can't get to Obi-Wan through fire, sir. But he was literally just doing that. Yeah, so then Obi-Wan escapes. All right. And so since Leia is on her own, she actually gets kidnapped by Reva, who somehow teleported to the end of this tunnel. She gets kidnapped again. We're doing that again. Yeah, second time in 3 episodes. Turns out she's very bad at not getting kidnapped. Sure seems that way. So how does she get unkidnapped this time? Well, Obi Wan Kenobi sneaks her out in this big old trench coat he's wearing, and she's hiding underneath it. Just a guy in a massive jacket with 4 legs, 2 of which are tiny, and that works. Yes. Oh, is this a cartoon again? It's a cartoon again. I told you that would happen from time to time. Right, you did tell me that. So Darth Vader's angry at Reva for letting them escape, but she's like, sir, whoa, I put a tracker on Leia's toy, so that's pretty cool, right? On the Princess of Alderaa's toy? That's right. Seems like they'll probably end up on Alderaan. Yeah, that's definitely the final destination, but now they'll be able to track that. Interesting plan. So eventually she manages to get all the good guys trapped behind these big blast doors, and she's having a bunch of stormtroopers try to blast them open. Uh-oh. But then Obi-Wan stalls a little by saying he wants to talk to her, and he figures out the thing about her surviving Order 66, and then she opens the door with a lightsaber. Seems like she should have led with that. Maybe. And so then they decide to team up to try to take Vader down. How do they do that? Well, she just goes ahead and tries to stab him. After 10 years of planning, she just goes in for a stab. Yes. Does it work? No, obviously no, that doesn't work. Right, that makes sense, yeah. So she gets stabbed with a lightsaber. So she dies? Now, having a big hole burned into your intestines isn't fatal. In fact, that Grand Inquisitor guy, he's alive too. He was too angry to die. Oh, okay. So then there's gonna be a big fight between Darth Vader and Obi Wan Kenobi. But Obi-Wan still doesn't have Force powers. Oh, well, those come back. Oh, they do. What happens? He thinks about stuff and they come back. Well, great. So Vader gets the high ground and buries Obi-Wan under some rocks and then walks away and leaves him for dead. Okay, does nobody take a second to verify that the person they've tried to kill is actually dead? Not in this particular show, no. Oh, okay. And then Obi-Wan escapes and slices Vader's helmet open and they have a little chat. About what? Well, Vader's like, hey, I'm the one who killed Anakin Skywalker, okay? And he's kind of crazy happy about it. Wow. So then Obi-Wan is like, wow, well, okay, then I guess my friend truly is dead, and he walks away. Wait, why doesn't he kill him if he truly thinks his friend is dead and this is a crazy murderous monster guy? Well, Vader's gotta be in several movies after this, so it's kind of like, oh, it's a contract issue. He's gotta be in those movies. Right. And meanwhile, Reva has figured out who Luke Skywalker is. How did she figure that out? Well, it turns out Bail Organa sent Obi-Wan a message being like, hey, I know we said no communications, but here's a detailed communication because I think maybe something happened to you. Why send that if you think something happened? Unclear. So then Reva goes to kill Luke and he passes out. Why? So that he doesn't see a lightsaber and mess up the canon. That makes sense. Good call. But then Reva can't bring herself to kill this child, so that's a nice little redemption arc. She's killed a bunch of Jedi for like a decade though, right? Yeah, but not the one that's the most important to the IP. That does sound like a good guy move to me. And then Obi-Wan gets to meet Luke and he says, hello there. Oh, that's the thing the internet likes. It sure is, sir. So what do you think? Well, I think it sounds great, but I do think we should maybe slow things down after this. You know, I don't want people to get Star Wars fatigue. Oh, really? Yeah, I just think that's the best move creatively. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna keep churning these out till they stop making money. You got me, sir.
Now, I will say this. I think Andor looks like the most different, somewhat. It's more Rogue One-ish, obviously, because it's got Cassian Andor in there. But that one I'm excited for because the trailer was dope. The trailer I loved. So if they can keep that tone and feel throughout the show, miniseries or limited series, what is it? Are they going to do multiple seasons of this or is it a limited series? Does it end up where he starts doing the whole Rogue One stuff, or are they going to do multiple seasons of that show? I don't know. But Obi-Wan was fine. It was fine. 6 episodes, long enough. It's really all they needed. Could they do another season? They probably could, but you can't do another rematch in my mind. I mean, can you? I feel like it kind of dampens the fight in A New Hope and the conversation that Obi-Wan and Darth Vader have in that moment. You can't have them having multiple fights leading up to that, can you? Would we care? Does it even matter? Overall, I thought the show was fine. There were just a lot of moments where you had to have a suspension of disbelief, the suspension of disbelief, I can't remember. But there were a lot of things happening in the show where it's like, all right, I guess that'll happen. Why not? Let's move things on. The whole battle between Reva and her stormtroopers and Obi-Wan and Tala and the Resistance, I guess, in a sense. They're not really the Resistance yet, but or Republic yet, whatever it is. That whole battle was weird. It felt like a TV show type situation because they're like super close, nobody's really dying, and it was just weird. But a lot of moments where you just had to be like, fine. let's let this happen. Let's move on. Now, the fight between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader was cool, but not as dope as the Fix It in Post video. I was hoping for something closer to that, and I wish maybe they had like just copied that to a degree. It was cool, it was good, but nothing's been close to like the prequel fights, and I don't understand why. So that part's a little bit disappointing when it comes to this show. Now, Leia was great. We saw Alderaan, that was awesome. So like kind of going at it from her perspective was really cool. Not a whole lot of Luke, like, you know, a little bit towards the end, but mostly a Leia show, Leia and Obi-Wan. And so I thought that was nice, that was sweet. And the actress is very good in the role as well. So like that was cool. And then seeing Hayden come back as Anakin in that one scene for sure was dope. And they didn't really de-age them at all, which I thought was good. I was glad they didn't do that because it would have been a little, I don't know, a little jarring. Like we get it. We know who they are. We know what we're watching in this moment. So I liked how they went about that. Probably the best part for me was that last episode with the end fight where his mask gets slashed and then he's talking to Obi-Wan and you hear Anakin's voice and the Darth Vader, James Earl Jones voice kind of going back and forth and sometimes melded together. That was amazing. Brought a little bit of a tear, you know, in my soul in that moment because it kind of gave vindication for Hayden Christensen and what he did in the role in the prequel movies. Like a lot of times you're thinking it's bad acting, but it kind of worked in this scenario because hearing James Earl Jones's voice and then his voice kind of melded together and sometimes separate, it helped with the performances that he did. In my mind, that's just me. But yeah, I don't know. I think it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. The show was all right. I'd be okay with them doing another season. Spoiler alert, seeing Qui-Gon Jinn at the end was super dope. I wish he came sooner. I thought that was really awesome and a really good way of bringing that character back because they can do the whole Force Ghost thing. But then it kind of makes me upset because Reva gets stabbed in the stomach. The Grand Inquisitor gets stabbed in the stomach. They both live. But Qui-Gon gets stabbed in the stomach, chest area, sort of, was it? Or was it the heart? Was it the heart when Darth Maul stabbed him? He dies, you know, pretty much immediately. It kind of made me upset. But yeah, I thought that was a little bit weird. But just a few nitpicks. I feel like Pitch Meeting did a really good job speaking to a lot of the plot holes where honest trailers kind of more or less like the show. They didn't say a whole lot of bad things. They brought up a few things, but Pitch Meeting really hit on all the plot holes that I was thinking of while I was watching the show. So I gotta give this one to them. Both were great, but I think Pitch Meeting just did a better job of speaking to the totality of the show and the issues with the show while not really bashing it too hard, I guess is kind of where I'm going with that. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think of the show, Obi Wan Kenobi? Do you want to see a season 2? Should there be a season 2? Should they scrap it and just, hey, one season, that's it? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know which one you liked between the Pitch Meeting and the honest trailer as well. And I'll get some more stuff behind me. We moved, so I'm in a new house. And so we got a little different thing going here. So it's really just bare right now. I don't know if I'll do a green screen or if I'll put some displays back here or the other pictures I had. I'm figuring all that out. But yeah, got some space, got a whole new setup right now, and we're trying some new stuff out. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Appreciate you guys, members, subscribers, watchers. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.